Hello, welcome to another vlog. I have dogs. You can see Cujo's face.
Yeah. it's oh, there's Dax.
Yeah, I didn't close the door.
She's here to fight me.
I closed the door during our last clip. I did not close the door for this one.
She's here to fist fight me.
Hi.
What are you doing?
Hi. High
Hi.
five?
What's up?
Come on, show me a trick. High five. Good girl. I don't know if that showed up.
We'll see. What are we doing this week, Sarah?
Yeah, so I'm going to finish the romance book club tomorrow. I wanted to finish it today so you didn't have to listen to me complain about it for 2 videos. But then I just watched Books and Lala all morning while I was doing my free rooms. And then I have a couple of other books. I have City of Ashes and The Outlaw Demon Whales that I might get to.
What are you going to read, Cujo?
Nothing.
Gonna be a dog.
Yeah, the rats are more illiterate than you are.
What am I reading this week? I'm going to be reading Written in the Stars by Alexandria
Belfler.
And that's what I have planned. I'd like to make some headway in Dune and probably Silence Fallen. And then what? I don't think I have.
And then we're getting Mario Party on Thursday.
That's right. We're getting Mario Party Superstar. I wish we could put footage of the game into this because that would be amazing. But yeah, we're going to be playing some Mario Party on our Switches, and I'm probably going to be playing video games on my Xbox. It is post-Christmas, so we are going to...
My dad has the next, 8 days off or something.
Yeah, we're going to do Adventures with Father.
So
we're going to go to Barnes & Noble tomorrow because it's half off hardcovers.
Yeah, and we're going to the pet store, and I'm going to see if there's any way to rearrange the house so I can get another fish tank one day.
Yeah, we're going to be possibly doing some book downsizing because I think I need... What I want is a TBR cart to put all of my, purgatory books, the books that I might be unhauling or the books that I'm getting and I haven't put on the shelf yet, but I don't have room for a TBR cart.
We have a lot of stuff and not a lot of space.
Yeah, I think it's I have a queen size bed because I'm very tall, and the chair I have that I sit in is massive, so limited space. Plus I have these freaking rats over here that take up the entirety of my closet, but I love them. Look, you can see Wicked's face.
Yeah, all of my interests take up a lot of room. Fish tank's a lot of room. Rats, a lot of room.
Really unlucky that your interests are animals and books because, the books... Although, the bookshelves, we can, transition to owning, audio. It's too bad I don't do ebook. Although, if I thought my eyes could focus on words, I would. But, when I try and read with my eyes, I can't do... I don't know what happened. I don't know if I just have, untrained myself or I'm, I got a lot of my father's genetics.
It's probably a lot of focus. For me, it's focus. I just can't focus on when I'm trying to physically read. I get bored faster. I don't know why.
I love listening because I could just do other things. I'm always tidying my room when I'm listening.
Yeah, it's perfect for free room.
Yeah, when you're reading a physical book, you can't do anything else at all. You can only sit.
Let me just wipe your spit off my arm.
That's disgusting, Buttercup. So I have limited plans. I'm going to also rearrange. I stole some Five Nights at Freddy's Funkos from Sarah. I'm still working out my feelings with the whole franchise after the Scott Cawthon stuff. And I don't know where I've landed, but I have stolen these from Sarah and I will be organizing them. Maybe I could do a little time lapse of me organizing my Five Nights because I'm also going to move the baby's cage onto my dresser for a bit, we have to decide if they're gonna go up on the dresser or if Sarah wants them in her room. So
yeah, we'll decide that after this. But anyway, so yeah, those are our plans. See you next clip.
Hello, it's a new week. I have goals, but I'm not gonna say them because I'm really bad at actually following through with them. So I'll say what I'm doing right now. I've started Written in the Stars by Alexandria Belfler, I believe is how you say her last name. It's I'm trying to describe it. It's a fake dating, apparently retelling of Pride and Prejudice, with an astronomer or what is it when you do the zodiacs, whatever that is, and a very uptight woman. Her name's Darcy and the other one is Elle or something, which I'm assuming is short for Elizabeth. So Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy. And Darcy behaves much like Mr. Darcy, so I'm assuming this is a Pride and Prejudice retelling. Also, they did reference it in it, but it's pretty fun so far. I've gotten like a quarter of the way in, and I like it. I went to go look on Amazon to see if they had the paperback, and they're sold out of it. So if I really like it, I won't be able to get it, which is a bummer. But at least I'm enjoying it because I feel like I've been a little bit oops. Wow. I love when I look away. I just ruined the angle. I've been in a little bit of a reading slump. I've been reading a lot of stuff that I'm just kind of like okay with. I want to at least get a 4-star read this week if I can, if I'm very lucky. It's December 26th right now. It is the day after Christmas, obviously. It's the night of Christmas, kind of. And I'm already reading again because I take no breaks. So I'm hoping I'm going to keep enjoying this book and that I'll be able to finish it this week and give it a good rating. So please wish me luck. I'm going to do some surgery on my pajama pants. This is the knee. It has seen better days. So we're going to see what we can do. All stitched up. Now we'll do the reveal. And as you can see, you can't even tell there was ever any damage to begin with. So, mission successful.
Look at that beautiful face. Oh my god, you're such a precious being. Oh, your nose. I'm finishing off the Bromance Book Club today, and he finally admitted to his buddies that the reason they got into a huge fight is because he found out she was faking orgasms and he didn't handle it well. Shocking, I know. But, one thing I really find irritating is the general. Sorry, I just need to protect my floor from sailors digging. The way they generalize women, it's just like, all women do this, all women do this. If women do this, it means this. And it's just like, you know, for a book that likes to preach about feminism, it is very misogynistic, and it's hard for me to get past. I also just want to pop in and say, I don't know how I feel about them referring to, I don't know his name, the Russian character. They just refer to him as the Russian. I don't know how I feel about that, because it's completely devoid of any personality other than his nationality, and I don't know how I feel about that. But also, his entire characterization is that he's Russian, and that, he smells bad, because he has apparently like a, oh, okay, maybe, like a intestinal problem, he said, but it was played off completely as a joke, so I don't know if that's real, and I just don't know how I feel about a character being completely described as basically the smelly Russian. It makes me a little uncomfortable. You can't tell me she isn't adorable. Like, not thanks. But anyway, I just wanted to pop in to say I hate Liv, Thea's sister. Like, she is actively trying to make every relationship fail. Like, what a cruel human being. Look at you, cutie. Look at you. So in this interview, they make Gavin look bad even though Thea's the real issue. They try to have sex and it goes badly, and naturally that's the biggest problem that they have, because that's the only problem that they have. And Gavin is trying to talk to Thea, and he says something like, am I the only man you faked it with? And she decides that means that he's calling her a slut, and she's like, I've only slept with 2 people before you, as if it would have mattered if she slept with 10, which it doesn't. But it's just another example of this book thinking it's feminist and actually being really misogynistic. But, like, she yells at him, and he's like, why did you ever talk to me? And she's like, why didn't you notice? And it's so fucking infuriating. Like, oh my god. If this book doesn't end with Thea realizing she's a terrible person, there's no redeeming it. There's this, thing in this book where he hears the protagonist of the book he's reading in his head. I'm not gonna go into detail with it. I hate that, but it is what it is. but they just got a fight, and he walked out because he needed time to think, and because she was like, you broke my heart, as if she didn't do just as much damage to their relationship, if not more than he did, by not talking and then blaming him for not noticing when things were wrong. But he's the stupid British person in his head, just like, why'd you move out? She was testing you. And like, if you're that kind of person who sets up these tests for your loved ones, you don't deserve to have those loved ones. I am almost done with the Romance Book Club. I have less than an hour left. And exactly what I thought was going to happen happened. She found the book, she figured out he's manipulating her, now she's mad. And I can't really be mad at her for that because he has been manipulating her. But everything else that preceded it, like, there's no reason for them to get back together. He just said some nice things. That's it. Like, he literally said a couple of nice things, and she's just like, oh. And then he was good in bed, and she's like, I'll take you back, because that's all that matters to her, is that he's good in bed. And I hate it. I hate everything. Alright, so I finished the Bromance Book Club. It's getting 1 star. I'm no one's surprised by this. At the end, Thea does realize that she's been unfair to Gavin, but it happens in the last, like, 30 minutes of the book, which creates this feeling of, like, you shoved an entire book's worth of character growth in the last 25 pages or so, which makes it feel, disingenuous, because Gavin finally is just like, you're not being fair to me, and that's what makes her think about what she's been doing, and she reads all his stupid romance books and has notes, and that's what makes her think about it. But since she's spent the entire time being completely unfair to Gavin, not listening to him, and blaming him entirely, him saying what she's done wrong, making her decide to self-reflect, is not believable. She needed to have moments of self-reflection throughout the entire book, and she didn't have any. So it feels like the author got to the last 10% of the book, and she's like, well, time to have the conflict and the resolution, let's go. And it sucks. It feels disingenuous. I have no belief that their marriage is going to last past, this book. And 1 star.
Turns out I'm a real slut for Dead by Daylight. I've been playing Dead by Daylight. Not as many hours as I would have liked to clock, but I have been playing a lot. And I thought I'd do a nice little update because I'm reading the stars and I'm enjoying it. And I have a ton to say about it, other than, like, if it's supposed to be like a Pride and Prejudice retelling, I don't know if I can say it does a very good job because it really does not get Elle's family correct. But mostly I don't have anything to say about that. I would like to talk about my adventures in Dead by Daylight. I'm sure most people watching know what that is. But if you don't, it's an Xbox. You can play on Xbox at least. So it's like a live game. You play with other people on Xbox Live or some kind of live. I think you can also play it on your phone, where you play as a survivor or a killer. And if you're a survivor, you're trying to escape the killer, basically. If you're a killer, you're trying to kill the survivors, obviously. And in this week's adventure on my Xbox, that's what I've been doing, and it's amazing. I just downloaded the Resident Evil package or bundle, so now I can play as Jill. I can either play as Jill or Leon, or I guess Nemesis, but I don't like playing as a killer. It's very hard. So I just powered up Jill, and next time I play, I'm gonna really go in on it. She's got some good perks. I've been enjoying myself. I guess I don't have a ton to say about Dead by Daylight, but I did want to do an update because I haven't been reading very much because I just played that, and I was playing with my friends, so I couldn't even listen to an audiobook while I was playing like I typically do when I play video games. But I was also thinking about doing a Stardew Valley replay. Oh, are my rats falling right now? No, they're fine. I was thinking about starting over Stardew Valley with a new farm. Maybe a new wife, because my current wife is Penny, and I love her, and I would die for her and kill for her. But there's other people to marry, and I was curious about a couple of the other ones. Leah. But it's like a whole thing doing Stardew. I don't know if any of you have played. I assume people have, but it's just a little intense for me, at least, because even though it's totally laid back and there's no time limits, I always put time limits on myself. and I stress myself out, which is the opposite of the point of this game. But in other video game news, later this week, me and Sarah are going to get Mario Party Superstars, and that's going to be absolutely amazing because I am a huge fan of Mario Party, and I've been playing since I was super little. I think since the second one came out, like in the 90s. And Sarah's been playing for a while now too, because we started playing together. But we're going to get the Superstar one for Switch, and we're going to play, and I'm sure I'll make her do an update. But yeah, that's all I have to say. No book stuff, just fun Dead by Daylight, where I am sinking many hours into it, having a grand time, fixing generators, and trying to escape killers. Oh, and to the killers who stalk out hooks and just wait there for us to try and rescue our teammates. How dare you? How dare you? That's not a fun way to play the game. And to the survivors who hide in lockers for the whole round, hoping that everyone dies and you can go find the hatch. Also, how dare you? Is it worth it? Do you feel good about yourself after? I hope not.
Alright, so I have started City of Ashes, which is the second in the Moral Entrance series, and I'm still following the assumption that everyone knows what it's about, so I don't need to say anything. I'm enjoying it fine so far. The first time I read it, I remember liking this one just as much as the first one. Right now, it's like, I'm still enjoying it. It's still probably like, 4 stars, something like that. But I'm not enjoying it quite as much, and I think it's just because I don't enjoy getting mad with books. So like the fact that these Gabby just went to the bathroom. So the fact that the Inquisitor is so annoying is honestly, it's not my favorite thing. So again, I'm enjoying it pretty well, but I probably won't like it quite as much. Sorry, the rats keep kissing me. Probably won't like it as much as City of Bones, but I think I'll like it enough that I will want to continue reading the series and want to keep the books, which is all that really matters.
Hey, Dax. Dax. What are you doing? Why are you here? Oh, maybe she won't notice if I'm just very quiet. She won't notice. Will I not notice? How far do you think you're gonna get? Talk about my TV.
It's big.
Talk about, say more. Explain to the kids at home what happened.
She got a TV.
I got
pretty self-explanatory.
You sassing me?
Always.
But look, it's 4K, which I talked to my brother and he said 4K is 4 times as good as 1080p. And that means my Apple TV is garbage. Talk about my TV.
I have nothing to say about
Sarah,
I hope it's very, very good.
Entertain the kids at home. Okay.
Is that entertaining?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta go feed the animals. Dead by Daylight will look amazing on it.
That's right. Say bye.
Bye. Hi, honey. You gonna get the phone? Oh, thank you, baby. Hi, yeah, come on. You just want to sit with me? You can. Hi. That's my little Heidi. Hi. Sailor is currently curled up against my spine, sleeping. And then here's Riff. Alright, so it's Friday. I haven't updated you since I think Tuesday. Just because I've been so busy, honestly. Yesterday I didn't have time to read, and Wednesday I also didn't have time to read. So I haven't read. But I'm hoping to finish City of Ashes today. I'm more than halfway through it. I'm on part 7 of 11. And it's still fine. It's just fine. Like, I'm not getting rid of it. Because I enjoyed City of Bones a lot. And I think I'm gonna like City of Glass. I think it's just like this one's a little, middle book syndrome, because originally it was supposed to be a trilogy before it turned into a 6-book series. It's a whole thing. But yeah, so I'm hoping to do that. And then I just found out that the library just got all the J.R. Ward books, and that means it's time for me to start my J.R. Ward read through. I have like 6 or 7 on Audible, but now that I have access to all of them, it's go time.
Using her explain much in the same way as bosses such as Hilda Berg and Carla Maria. It is not clear what kind of tack patterns the giant spider would have had, as we do not have any footage of him in action, only a single image of his character model, which was featured in a book called Game On 2018, where the developer was quoted saying, "Cuphead isn't limited to fighting on the ground. One of the larger-than-life bosses, such as his daffy gentleman with a vicious tongue, can only be tackled in the skies." It remains unknown why this smartly dressed spider was cut from the final game, but perhaps he will show up in future DLC or a sequel if it ever happens.
Welcome to the end of the vlog. You can just barely see Cujo's little head right there. Alright, so this week I read... Did I finish anything? Yes, I did. What was it? I read City of Ashes. It was okay. It's kind of funny. Like, some of my most memorable parts of the entire series happened in City of Ashes, and the whole time I was reading it, I was just like, okay.
Yeah,
and then those parts would come up, and I'd be like, oh, I remember that.
I think City of Ashes is my least favorite, next to maybe City of Lost Souls. I wasn't... Like, once we got into the second half of that series, I remember being frustrated that, like, Jace and Clary were already having relationship problems, and you never, in this giant series, get to see them functioning well as a couple.
I don't remember too much from City of Lost Souls or City of Fallen Angels, but City of Fallen Angels I do remember I did not care for. Mm-hmm. And then City of Heavenly Fire...
I love that one. You alright, Buttercup?
I'm just sitting here and she gets excited. Hey, come here. Oh. Okay. Okay.
Cujo just invited herself on my lap.
She's okay. They're part Maltese, so they have that like flat-faced dog thing, which is why even though they have snouts, but they have the genetics of the flat-faced dog. It's like Bracky something. I don't know how to pronounce it, but sometimes she has trouble breathing because of it. Cujo too, but not as bad. Anyway. Hey.
Yeah. Complaining about... I think one of my problems with Cassandra Clare is that she always has her couples get together, like, literally on the last page of the series.
Yeah, I hate that.
And technically, the only time that didn't happen is in the City of Bone series because she didn't know she was supposed to be a
trilogy, yeah.
Right. So, and it just kind of sucks because I was like, oh, cool, so we get to see them together for, like, 3 or 4 books. And then she just, like, gave them problems the entire time. Like, there was... You never get to see them functioning as a couple, and that sucks. And she did the same thing with a couple in another series, which I won't name because it's a spoiler, but just assume that any series she does, they're not going to get together until, like, the last page, which it was literally the last page in Queen of Air and Darkness.
Sorry, we thought something was happening, and it wasn't. But anyway.
Nothing's ever happening.
Yeah, so I read City of Ashes. What did you read?
I didn't finish anything because it was a busy week, but I... was reading Written in the Stars, and I think that's the only thing I actually managed to even begin.
Well, next week I'm going to continue with the Rachel Morgan series, and probably also Mortal Instruments, and I might start my J.R. Ward reread or my Wizard of Oz reread.
Look at this dog. Look what I did.
So yeah, those are my plans. What are your plans for next week?
I don't know. I guess I'm going to finish Written in the Stars. I don't have, like, any, like, I'm going to start this book this week. I have a lot of options at the library. Like, I wanted to reread The Last Wish for the Witcher series. I wanted to read, the Will Smith autobiography. So maybe those, and I have a lot of romances in my library, and I have Well Matched by Jen DeLuca, which I've been waiting for forever, and I only have 7 days left, so we'll see what happens with that.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's only a romance, it won't take very long.
Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this vlog.
Look at Ducky.
If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. And also, Happy New Year.
Comment for Ducky.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Comment for Ducky.
Goodbye.
Bye.